Hello everyone and welcome back to PutinTechTalk. Today's product review is going to be on the Osmo Mobile. Without further ado, let's get started. So first things I want to mention is the saran wrap is military grade, so make sure to have a knife on you when you open this thing. Moving on, we have the black box right over here. Opening said black box, we have the Osmo Shield warranty papers. Being a DJI product, don't expect anything from them. You just throw that away. Next, we have the gel silica. This is very good for your joints, so might as well keep that. Next, we have some cardboard paper, the charger cable, 1000 mAh battery, a lanyard, and of course, the Osmo Mobile itself. And remember guys, always double check the box because you might not know what you might find. In my case, I found this beautiful fanny pack that DJI has provided. How nice of them. Moving back to the Osmo Mobile, it actually looks just like the original Osmo. The handle is exactly the same. It's a very sturdy build, very solid as with all DJI products. But what you don't get in the package is customer service, sadly. On the front, we have a PSP joystick, some A and B buttons, the power switch on the right, and a very nice trigger in the front. Almost feels like a 45, and of course a 1/420 screw in. And if you guys are still wondering where the headphone jack went from the 7, I think I found it right over here. Okay, so moving on to the actual setup of the gimbal, it's actually fairly simple. I'm going to use my iPhone 7 in this example. Place the charged battery into the compartment. There's a knob on the back, so make sure to unscrew that first. What I've noticed when placing my iPhone inside is the iPhone 7 Plus leather case will not fit, so you'll have to take that off and use either a smaller case or your bare phone. After that is done, you could just power up the Osmo by holding it for 2 seconds and it should be a go from there. Now, of course, the Osmo is not perfect and it does have some cool features and some shortcomings that I will be talking about. First things first, we got this PSP looking joystick for moving up, down, left, and right. It is very cumbersome to use, and luckily they give you an option to move the phone around by hand. Next, we have the camera button for snapping pictures, and next to that button we have the record button for capturing video. And by double tapping the trigger on the back of the Osmo, we'll level the phone out. Now, some big problems I think the Osmo has is the lack of custom settings, such as you would find on their bigger Rona stabilizers, where you can basically tweak the smooth track settings of the gimbal. This is really important for any videographer looking to do some professional work with the Osmo. Without it, you get some weird, jerky, robotic movements that isn't suitable for anything but maybe a home video or a vlog. This also would be very easy for DJI to implement, but I'm pretty sure they're just saving that feature for the second version of the Osmo. There also isn't an option to film 1080p at 60 frames or anything higher for that matter. You can use any camera app with the Osmo, but you'll run into the problem of the iPhone stock camera OIS trying to correct the movements caused by the Osmo itself, which results in very mediocre footage. The DJI Go app doesn't have this problem as it disables the iPhone's camera optical image stabilization, which kind of forces you to use their crappy app. Some of the features I really liked on the Osmo was the active track feature, where you can highlight anything on the screen and it would track the subject without you needing to aim the Osmo. Here I'm trying it on a few different backgrounds, tracking the calculator app, and I was blown away how fast it was able to move around the screen without losing the subject too much. But I digress. Let's put all these synthetic tests aside and see how it actually performs in the real world. Starting out with the Osmo Mobile Ad that DJI posted, you can clearly see that the guy has the Osmo mounted on his bike while going into turns. I tried testing it in a moving car and found out that the Osmo wasn't capable of keeping the horizon level because it clearly is missing an IMU sensor. So I don't know how that guy was doing that, and that wind would have clearly blown the phone off. This is definitely false advertising. Putting that little lie aside though, the Osmo fared pretty well the rest of the way to the beach, capturing beautiful, stabilized scenery, that is as long as the road was straight. And since the iPhone 7's second 50mm camera isn't optically stabilized, it was the perfect candidate to try on a gimbal, and wow, the results were very impressive. It definitely gives it a professional look. Now on to more demanding tests. Can the Osmo smooth out shots while you're off-roading, you may ask? And the answer is yes. The Osmo handled it like a champ, smoothing out shots that would have been impossible to view if you were to shoot handheld. And here's some shots of both the stabilized Osmo and an iPhone that I'm holding in my hand. The Osmo is definitely doing a very good job smoothing out any imperfections, and here's a GoPro point of view. Definitely doing that work. And of course, what kind of review would this be if we didn't test the Osmo filming a dude on a parachute, right? And there you have it, folks. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe, do what you must do, and I'll see you guys next time.